While the media obsessed over Bitcoin ETFs, XRP onboarded to fully regulated stablecoins. On May 22nd, EURØP, a MiCA-compliant Euro stablecoin, and USDB, a USD-backed Latin American token by Braza Group, went live on the XRP Ledger. No press frenzy, no coin shilling, just quiet execution, and yet, this marks the first time two sovereign-grade stablecoins from separate regulatory regimes went live simultaneously on the same network. This wasn't an accident, it was a coordinated ignition of a compliant liquidity web. One that doesn't rely on hype, but infrastructure. XRP isn't making noise, it's making systems. To purr, these aren't meme coins. EURØP is MiCA compliant, meaning it's the digital euro of the future. MiCA is the EU's formal crypto law, set to regulate stablecoins across 27 nations. EURØP is the first stablecoin to meet those standards, and it chose XRPL. Why? Because the XRP Ledger offers everything MiCA demands: speed, compliance hooks, on-chain identity, immutable records, institutional-grade DEX liquidity. EURØP is regulatory Trojan Horse tech, sold as fintech, but wired into the future Eurozone monetary rail. And XRP is quietly powering it under the hood. 3 per, the real conspiracy, XRP is becoming the bridge between regulated digital currencies and nobody's watching. While retail screams about price, institutional liquidity is being routed through stablecoins built to obey governments but rely on XRPL. You don't need to ban Bitcoin if you can replace it quietly with compliant infrastructure. These new coins don't need hype. They're stable, legal, programmable. They walk right past regulators and settle everything through XRP liquidity rails. This is replacement through compliance camouflage. The matrix isn't breaking. It's being rewritten, and XRP is the protocol beneath the surface. For per, financial elites are now testing everything: FX swaps, payroll, tokenized debt, through this new layer. A Euro token and a USD token, both on the same instant settlement ledger, is not a coincidence. Banks don't need to announce anything. They just plug in, now they can settle. Cross-border FX trade financing, real estate token flows, payroll in multiple currencies, stablecoin CBDC bridges, and they don't need to touch SWIFT or USD Nostro accounts or legacy rails. Because XRP Ledger doesn't replace banks, it routes around them. 5. What if Ripple's plan was never to replace the banks, but to embed XRPL deep inside their backend plumbing? Think about it, Ripple partners with banks, not to destroy them, but to weaponize their compliance systems, to become their default cross-border layer, to hide XRPL beneath a web of regulated assets that look friendly while secretly shifting the global monetary OS. This is Trojan Horse engineering. They didn't attack the castle. They walked through the gates with digital euros and stable USDs, and now, every corridor settles through XRP, whether they realize it or not. 06. EURGP settles in euros, USDB settles in dollars. Both live on XRPL. This is the prototype for the post-SWIFT system. Together, these two assets represent the foundation of global money. And both are now issued on a single permissionless network, governed by validators, not central banks. This is bigger than stablecoins. This is a monetary reset prototype, allowing to entire continents to bypass legacy rails and bridge value through XRP. No NOSTRO. No correspondent banks, just sovereign-backed tokens settling through the same liquidity core. A global cross-currency testbed just quietly went live and no one blinked. 7 per, every stablecoin launched on XRPL weakens the legacy banking system and strengthens XRP's chokehold on liquidity. These aren't just coins, they're programmable FX weapons. Every compliant token on XRPL reroutes flows through XRP like a toll road. Every transaction adds volume. Every settlement request deepens liquidity demand, while they regulate Bitcoin and strangle Ethereum in courtrooms. XRP just positioned itself as the settlement backplane of the next financial era. They aren't fighting the system, they became the system. XRP didn't break in, it was built in. Every new coin, every bridge, every quarter, they all run through it. The monetary matrix wasn't hacked, it was updated. Are you seeing the infiltration?